Collective, there is a message coming through that seems to be quite important. And it is about the situation you find yourself in and we find ourselves in. And it's like being in between the dimensions. And it was interesting that the word dimensions came in because normally I would have said between the timelines, but I think it's really true. It is in between the dimensions, and it's about our real embodiment of what is coming next. And this moment is quite important, and that's where the lay of the land came in as this ancestral wisdom and the work that you have done. You have done to work through all of those layers of your upbringing, of your conditioning. And there is a call that comes with this. It's the call for the cycle breaker to move beyond the limitation. And I feel that there is a lot, you see this person standing on top of this hill and reaching in the sky and celebrating themselves. And I feel that there is a lot of removal of blocks that happened. And you can hear the call, and you already heard it before. And you know that something is over and the new is not quite there. And that is this moment of how to move beyond our own limitations, of our avoidance, our fear of change, our fear of the unknown. And there is a lot of understanding that came with this, working through all of those layers and the ancestral wisdom that comes with it, and the challenge that is showing up right now is the embodiment of all that you are, embodiment of the fullest self, and seeing the patterns, seeing the things that are happening in the present moment, and allowing yourself to be present and to be aware, although you don't know where it's leading yet. It's about this understanding and not acting from old patterns. And this is where I think that this challenge of the Me Talks coming in and allowing you to embody all of you and healing the body, mind, and spirit connection. And for me, that was something that is coming with that came with the full moon in Taurus, and this huge amount of water right now in the charts. And it's about our implementation of our emotions into our body, mind, and spirit connection, and into our embodiment. And of course, we, in these moments of challenge, we are drawn into old behaviors. So where is it where you are drawn into old cycles? Where did you go back? Although you knew that something was done. Where do you have coping mechanisms that keep you from connecting to all that is, that detach you from your body, from your mind, from your spirit, whatever it is in your case? What is your coping mechanism to step out of your connection? And with stepping out of this connection, everything is interrupted, and the connection to the higher self, to the universe, to the guides, is interrupted as well if we step into those old behaviors. And this moment is a really pivotal moment, because it is for all those who listen to this message. When you are when you know something about people pleasing patterns, when you know something about how you the security, even the security of a relationship that is not holding you in love, can be something we walk back into because it is known. And I don't know where that is in your life, which kind of behaviors, which kind of or what kind of patterns that are in your life that keep you from moving beyond this threshold. And I think it's natural. There is no judgment in here. It's absolutely natural that in these moments of big change, we are held back by those parts of us that try to hold us or to keep us safe. And in their knowing, in these old parts of us, and these can be inner child parts, there can be traumatized parts, all of those parts of us who know something about life, a small window of how life unfolds when we are like this, or when this happens, and all of those things, and they come into the forefront, and they keep us from moving beyond this threshold. And this is the moment to dive into those parts of you, those parts of you that you hide from yourself, those parts of you that are afraid of change, that are afraid of intimacy, or whatever this is you are afraid of. And in these moments when those parts come up, we often know this. We do something and we hold ourselves back from the next step. And there we go. We have the mask and the nectar. And we have aletheia. And there is the truth in this, right? This masking ourselves and not wanting to see the truth. That's what comes up in these moments when we hide those patterns from ourselves. And when those moments come up, we hide behind our masks, because we are so used in using them. Although we know, and that is where the deep detox comes in, we know what is ultimately healing for us. And that is the truth, And the truth, we have the farther gate. So we have the boldness, the courage to choose something else, even if we don't know where this gate will lead. But to have this courage to step into the unknown, to not take the route that we often took. And I think we all know what that means in our life, to take the farther gate, to have this bold step into the future that you never took, and you always avoided to go there because there was something that was easier to connect to. And this moment is the invitation to follow the truth, and the truth, aletheia, is the truth. This is nothing somebody has to explain to you. I don't tell you anything that you don't know. You already know what I'm talking about. And that is, and we take a look at this this, to stop the toxic behavior that holds you back from all of those connections, and to follow through, because there is this call. The call brought you onto this path. And now it's always the same question. Do you detach? Do you stay with yourself? Do you heal yourself in this? And do you follow through because you know what needs to be done? You know what needs to be the next step. And even if you don't know in your mind, your soul knows. That is where Aletheia comes in, the truth of your soul. And to take this bold step, there is this invitation that invites you to do so. And we have the Eight of Wands. So in this next phase of your life, something will show up that will move things forwards. And it will happen quick. And it will happen in the area of your embodiment, of your resources, in the area of your being grounded in your life. And there is this king of coins showing up, and it's in this deck there are always two kings, and this is the feminine depiction. So it is about receptivity. It's not about this action taking forwards. It is like something in your life will happen that moves things forwards and puts you in this position where you can receive, where you can show up with all of your resources that are already there, and where you can receive the next information that is needed to take the next step into the Father Gate. And we have the King of Swords, and it's showing up as well in the feminine depiction. So we have a lot of yin energy here that is about your receptivity of the mind, of your thoughts, allowing yourself to move beyond your limitations that are put up by your mind, that are put up by your own patterns of thinking, and stepping into she has a threat, and she's taking all of those sparks and putting them on this like it's like a thread of pearls, and she's collecting them and inviting them in to beautify her gown. Is this called gown? You know what I mean, right? It's collecting these ideas, collecting these sparks of inspiration, and taking them in. And we have the Four of Cups, and this is what I said about the detox, not stepping into old behaviors that cut you away from all that is, and from receiving as well. And we have this I think it's a goose standing next to this woman with an umbrella, holding it over her head to protect her. And this is, for me, this depiction of the Four of Cups seems to be something that is done for you. It is shown to protect you from stepping into old behaviors. And we have the Six of Coins, and this is about giving and taking, right? This is dripping into and exchanging information. And it's interesting that there are 6 of coins, but there are only 2 people, and one of them is standing on this teapot. So that's only three people, and one of them is standing on this teapot. And maybe it is about the exchange of information. It's about the exchange of security. It's the exchange of being grounded in relationship. And this might be a person you're talking about behind their backs. It can be, for me, this feels a little bit like this person is throwing in ideas of exchange, dropping them drop by drop into this cup, you know. And it's interesting that it's not the Six of Cups. It's not a cup card, and it's really interesting because it's a coin card. And for me, it feels like that there are things dropped into your cup that are maybe inviting you to do something or to say something that you don't really want to say. So take a moment, and this can be an addiction as well, right? To talk about other people. It can be a coping mechanism as well to project on other people. And for me, this is a little bit like a depiction of this. This is like a reminder of not doing this and staying in your integrity. We have the Two of Swords, and that's beautiful because it feels like a continuation of this idea that you have a choice where to direct your ideas, where you have your thoughts, and where your mind goes, energy flows, right? And to step into the next phase where you decide which wolf to feed, so to speak, you know, the ancient story of the wolf, the white wolf and the black wolf, and which one you feed is the one who is the strongest. And we have the King of Coins, and that is interesting because we had the King of Coins in the beginning as the female depiction, and this is like a continuation of what I said before. You take the chance to decide where to focus your energy in your mind, and then you take really great action. And that's what he does, right? He's standing on the antlers of a stag, and he's holding all of those coins, those resources, right, in underneath him. So he is about the taking action and standing on top of those resources, and then to step into the Ace of Wands, and that is the spark of inspiration, that is the spark of creation, to create something new. So we are coming from the feminine side of receiving and being reminded that we don't have to follow through with all of those old ideas of exchange of information and talking and projecting and all of those things that I said before. And when we do so, we can choose something else, and we can choose to choose again which idea and which thought we want to follow. And then there is this spark of energy that comes with the King of Coins in the male depiction, that comes with real action. And that is really beautiful because it comes from the whole dynamic of this reading comes from this idea of having the call from the ancestors and having all of those, walking through all of those things with a cycle breaking and receiving new informations to deal with our body, mind, and spirit in a different way. And all of those things are really receptive, and they are like being grounded, being embodied on this planet, and then deciding which thought and which idea to follow, and then to step into the action that comes with it and create from this place. And create from this place means stepping into the next dimension where this creation is absolutely needed to create a new world. So, whoever I'm talking to today, your vision is needed. Your action is needed. But first, your embodiment, your receptivity, your divine feminine energy is needed to connect your body, mind, and spirit, and allow yourself to be always connected to the higher self and to yourself, to your body, to this world, and to all of the dimensions that are opening up right now. And then, when you decide where to put your energy and where to put your focus, then you step into the real action of creating your new reality. And that might be frightening because you don't know where this gate is and what this gate is about. But that is what we want to experience now, because it is the farthest gate. And the description says, a gift of the farther gate is to bring you to the fullest expression of your gifts, perhaps for the first time. It is an invitation to a sacred passage to new discovery and both great challenges and opportunities. It's not a graduation. There are no rewards or other than the exploration itself. Time to put on the explorer hat once again. Collective, this is my message for today, and I hope that this helped you a little bit to step into the gift of being you. Thank you, and I see you soon.